Welcome to week 8 of Purposive Communication class. Today we will continue our lesson on evaluating text reflecting different cultures. At the end of this lesson, you're expected to know the definition of text and cultural text, the different sample texts and their purposes, as well as the different types of text. To begin with, we have a definition of text here. A text is not limited to something written down. A text can be a film, an artifact, anything in a language and culture that conveys meaning. So some examples are the photos, films, television shows, music, video games, and even the fiction and non-fiction books. More importantly, we will focus on cultural texts. These are defined as objects, actions, and behaviors that reveal cultural meaning. But I want you to understand and keep in mind that not all objects and actions and behaviors are cultural texts. When do these objects and actions and behaviors become cultural text? For example, you saw someone wearing barong Tagalog. You will know right away that if you have prior knowledge about this object, the barong Tagalog is a Filipino formal wear for men. Therefore, that can be considered a cultural text because it reveals the cultural background of a person using it. Even the actions and behaviors like pagmamano, saying po and opo, as well as taking off your slippers and shoes when entering a visitor's house. Those are examples of actions that are cultural text because they will reveal about the cultural background or any information relating to culture about these persons who do that specific action or actions. Moving forward, we have to understand the different text types or types of text as they are presented to us. So we have 4: persuasive, instructive, informative, and descriptive. First, we have the persuasive text. It is a text that really wants you to do something. Here is an example of a Shopee advertisement for an 11/11 sale wherein you can see lots of discounts and big deals. Upon seeing this particular advertisement, you might be encouraged to shop at this particular day. So how do we make persuasive text? By using any of the following. We can use repeated words. For example, in your advertisement, you put sale, sale, sale. Or you may capitalize the letters. You can also use a lot of exclamation points because it seems like it's yelling or it's screaming out the idea or the information you want to convey, and it's getting the attention of your potential customers or the audience that you wanted to get your message across. We can also use rhetorical questions. What are these? These are questions that don't really need answers. For example, you ask, why don't you add to cart now? That question doesn't really require you to answer, but rather to do what is being asked. Okay, I hope you can follow. The next type of text is instructive text. This is a written text to instruct someone to do something or relating to procedures to be done. The tone of words is commanding and may use formal and direct words. So here are examples of instructive text. As I have told you, a text is not just the written ones. It can also be images in the form of images. Like here we have the images of a mask, a man covering his mouth, washing hands, and then 2 people part. So these are the things we do as safety protocols so as we do not contract COVID. And this Particular images or text are commanding us or telling us what to do, instructing us that these are the things we should do. Other examples of instructive text will be given a little later. We will move to the next slide, which is about informative text. This is defined as a text which contains factual information, knowledge, and truth. Examples are the newspapers, local and global announcements, as well as the school bulletin boards. They mainly answer the questions, the WH questions like who, what, where, when. And lastly, we have the descriptive text. It aims to describe a person, a thing, or an event by using adjectives or adverbs to clearly emphasize the description process. I am highlighting this important idea that a descriptive text is using a lot of adjectives and adverbs, unlike instructive and informative text, which may use more verbs than these two parts of speech. Okay, so we will go back to the different samples of these types of text. First one, we have an advert or advertisement. It is written in order to influence someone to buy. Therefore, it is made to persuade. So we considered an advertisement as a persuasive text. For instructive text, we have here a user guide. A user guide consists of instructions of how to make things run. Another example is a recipe. A recipe will tell you how to cook a particular dish. It is written to, of course, give instructions. Next, third example is a formal business letter. It is written to inform about something. For example, you receive a letter telling you what is the meeting all about, when and where the meeting will take place, and who are supposed to attend that meeting. We consider that as an informative text. Last example is a personal letter. So we now have two letters as examples, formal business letter and personal letter. Are they both categorized under the same type of text? Of course not. Because, for example, a personal letter can be written to someone describing a holiday vacation. Here, you can talk about how amazing your vacation is. How long have you been in that particular vacation place? So it's different from the purpose of a formal. It has a different purpose from that of a business letter because this is mainly describing your experiences. Therefore, it is a descriptive text, although it is similar to the other example, which is also a letter. Okay. So this ends the presentation for this lesson. Do you have questions about cultural text and the different types of text and their purposes? If not, we will have an activity.